Hello. Um, I hope you're all doing okay. I wasn't gonna make a video today. I'm still not sure if I'll upload this one. I'm just like in a really weird place, and I don't know how to talk about it. I don't have words for it, so it's kind of strange to try to formulate words for the feelings. Um, Last night I kind of had a panic attack and a little bit of a temporary like few minutes where I forgot to breathe and fell apart. And yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Um, I'm just really struggling right now, like more than I thought I was, or I guess I tried to convince myself that I was more stable than I'm really feeling, and so I'm coming to grips with that. Um, Thankfully, for the first time last night, I was able to kind of just regurgitate all of the anxiety that I'd been getting, um, and kind of got all of it out. It wasn't really cohesive, but I'm sure Joe made some sense of it. So it felt good to actually say stuff out loud and to talk to Joe about it. It's really important to get these things out and talk about them. But as I was talking more and more, um, it just kept coming up, all of it at once. A lot of emotions, a lot of insecurities. Basically, just don't feel good. I don't feel worthy of good things. Um, I'm really in a weird like existential crisis of like what's the point of anything. So it's really hard to find motivation. Um, every chore that I do, every thing that I have to do, it feels very heavy and like I have to really concentrate and drag my feet to do it. I am able to do it, and that's the thing that like had me saying like it's obviously not depression because I'm not stuck in bed. But that being said, I think it might just be. I don't have exercise routine. I'm not moving much. I'm in the house a lot. I'm, um, I went out yesterday for a walk and stuff, and it felt really good. But by the end of the day, I was just crashing. I mean, I'm just been emotional anyway lately, but I had like windburn from here, so my face was just already puffy. I don't know if that contributed. And then I watched Big Mouth, which is a really funny show, but the last two episodes hit a lot of triggers for me. Um, I felt really weird after watching it, and I felt like very much so like focused because this is talking about things that you're dealing with, and I think that trigger, and then I'm just getting a lot of like people who sympathize with me right now. So I know that it just is shit for everyone, and this is just temporary, and it will go and it will pass. But I'm just like really. I used to cry a lot when I was younger. Like when I was in my early 20s, I cried a lot when I was sad. And I guess this thing comes where I think of this like Taylor Swift talking about this one song, Seven, and about how before she learned civility, she used to scream so ferociously, blah, blah, blah. And it's just about how like society shapes you into, what you should be by their standards. And I think about how I used to cry and then kind of got told like that's not how you should behave. And so I started to be like, well, just suck it up. It's not that bad. And I've done that for a really long time, and it's worked for the most part. But I'm realizing now that it's actually just shuffling it to a corner, and that corner is just like overflowing with shit right now, and it's kind of just toppling out onto me. So I cried for the first time last night, like just without reason. well, I mean, talking about things and the anxiety was making me that way, but it's a feeling that I never thought I was going to have again emotionally. So that was really interesting to discover that it's still there. I already know that I'm going to edit this video, and I will just use this as talking points because it's too incohesive. Incoherent is the word. Yeah, it's just I don't have words for it, and I don't feel the point of making this video, but at the same time, I feel like I have to. But I'm also having this realization now where I thought I knew who I was at some point, and now, as I think back, I don't think I've ever really known because I've never made any decisions as to like clear set things that I want or to get out of my life or to achieve. And so I'm kind of like at starting point one, and I am taking the pieces that I have fully spilled out on the floor, and I'm deciding which ones go back in and which ones should stay out. And I know that that's really hard to commit to, and I'm probably not going to do a very good job. I'm probably going to fail a lot, but I also feel like I need to really start making some moves. I mentioned last night to Joe, but the anxiety and the feelings that I've been feeling, they have been building for some time. And now at 33, I feel like they are at their heaviest, and I don't know how to deal with it, and I don't know how to fix it. But I also am starting to get to the point where, I'm at that teetering point where I maybe need to seek professional help or look for medication, which I don't know why it feels like defeat to me. It shouldn't, but I guess that I just thought the way that I'm looking at medication right now is that, like I was telling Joe, okay, back to the original thought. Up until this point, I've been doing fine, but at 33, it feels very heavy, and I don't see in the future if it's going to continue to get heavier the way it has, that I'm going to survive. If we're being like, in my head, that's how I feel. And so I don't know why getting medication feels like defeat, but it kind of feels like, do we all just reach this certain age where it's just like we don't have the will to live this life, and so we give in and we like give up and we take medication. I know that's not the way that it works, and I know that once you get medication, you don't feel like that. You feel normal. And right now, it's hard for me to establish normal because there is no normalcy. So it's like I'm taking all of these things with a grain of salt, but I would be totally fucking lying if I said that every day was not a new journey, a new adventure. Like yesterday, I was excited to meet up with Katie and go for a walk. I went to Joe's mom's house to paint counters. I was, by my standards, productive. I walked all the way across town for like 3 hours. Like I said, I had windburn here where it was just like red and swollen for the rest of the night. But it's like it's not satisfying. Nothing is satisfying right now. I'm just not. Like I said, it's very good that I spoke to Joe because being very open with him, I think he wasn't aware of how deep it was going. And now I think he is aware, which is great because it's always easier to get through things not alone. One other thought when I redo this tomorrow. Put on headphones, I listened to a song, and I was dancing. I closed my eyes and I pretended that I was like drunk and dancing at Paloma. There were a bunch of people around me and I could feel it. And it was weird because even though, just in my hallway looking like an idiot, listening to music, but it felt like I was there. and it put me in a different state of mind. It's just weird how powerful our minds can be, because I really could just feel like I was among people, that I was a little bit drunk, that I was like shuffling around on the dance floor, and it's that good reminder that everything is temporary, that it will change and it will fade, and there will be other things. And I know that like as the vaccine rolls out, it will be easier. Life will go back to normal. There will be some sort of normalcy. So it's good to remember that.